Yo, welcome back to the Happiness series. Last time we played Naz, we were playing as Naz. She went to go find Alex, and then Alex killed her, and that was the game. This time, we're playing Null 2 Deathloop. So I was very confused as to how to download this game, because okay, so if you click on the download for the original Null 1, there's download for Null 2 included, but there's Null 2 full version, which was last updated 8 days ago, and there's Null 2 Deluxe version, which was last updated 40 days ago. But then if you click on the download on the Null 2 page, then there's Null 2 full version, which was updated 3 days ago. But is that different from the full version that was in the other game that was updated 8 days ago? And what's the Deluxe version? I was very confused, so I just picked at random. I picked the Deluxe version because it probably has the most content and it had the biggest file size. But I think the Deluxe version just included other game in the series in the folder. But anyway, that's the one I downloaded. That's what we're playing. I don't know what the difference is, but I guess this is what we're playing. We didn't know anything about this game from the synopsis, so I don't know what this is about. But maybe it's gonna be another killing game. Maybe. Let's see.
Who are you?
Who? Excuse me? We have voice acting? Okay, wait, can I? Okay. We have fucking voice acting now? Wait, what the fuck? The budget has gone up. Wait a second. I can shut up now.
How did you get here?
I don't know.
You don't remember, do you?
You open your mouth before you can utter a single word. The force suddenly cuts you off.
Happiness or freedom? What would you choose?
Freedom. Please, get me out. Get me out.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
What do you mean? I just answered. Is the whole game gonna be voice acted or only the intro? Oh, we're back at the school. It's been a while since we've been here. Hey, how long are you gonna stand there? You look around you in confusion. It seems you're standing in front of a school. Snap out of it, we're already 15 minutes late. Before you could say a single word, the orange-haired girl grabbed you by the arm and dragged you with her. A few minutes later, the two of you stood side by side facing a packed classroom. The teacher looked at you for a few seconds before facing the class and making an announcement. Attention everyone, today we welcome 2 new transfer students. Can you do me a favor and introduce yourself to the class? The name is Morale. I look forward to meeting you all. Morale spoke as she addressed the class. Everyone's gaze turned to you now. You should introduce yourself. Yeah, that's so loud. Who are you? Please left click on the designated white field, write your name and confirm it. Name? Pachi. We're getting some technology in this game. You face the rest of the class and speak. It's very nice meeting you all. Please call me Pachi. All eyes were suddenly on you, or more precisely on Morale, as the two of you took your designated seats. That's right, today is your first day at Sandy High School. Sandy High School? You and Morale moved to the city last week and decided to transfer to this school. This makes complete sense, but you can't help but feel like something is really off here. His teacher let out another long sigh and went on with the lecture. A few hours later, it was finally lunchtime. I'm heading to the admin office to finalize your registration. Want me to come with? That won't be necessary, Pachi. We have more important things to do anyway. This place will be your home for a while. So, why is the music so quiet now? Man, this is one thing I hate about this game. It's just the inconsistent volume of the music. I have to change the volume every time so you guys can hear it. This is still really quiet. I like this. So you should go around and get yourself acclimated to your new surroundings. Maybe buy us some lunch while you're at it. Looks like Minal didn't feel like waiting in line, so she shoved a boring jaw onto you. See ya. Minal then turned around and left. You could see some of your new classmates wanting to chat with her, but she just completely ignored them and left. Okay, what now? Should you head straight to the cafeteria? Maybe you should wait until the cafeteria clears out a bit. Perhaps you could look around for a bit. Where do you want to go? Let's go to the roof and kill herself. You leave your classroom and head towards the roof. After climbing a few flight of stairs, you finally reach the roof. The view from here is breathtaking. You can pretty much see the whole city from up here. You keep looking around in awe when suddenly... Huh? Uh-oh. We're escaping the simulation. It seems you're not alone up here. There's someone else. Someone who's lying on the ground a few meters away from you. You slowly approach them while keeping an eye on your surroundings. It's kind of a cool effect. The more you approach, the closer their face comes to you. For some reason, you can't make out their face. Everything feels distorted somehow. The closer you get to them, the more distorted your vision becomes. You need to get close. You need to get closer to them. Only then will you be able to make out their face. Only then will you be able to tell who they are. Every fiber of your being is suddenly screaming for you to stop, to turn around and look away, to pretend you never came here in the first place. But you continue approaching until they were right there in front of you. Is it Carmen? What will you do now? You lower your head and stare straight at their face, refusing to look away. The person lying on the ground suddenly opens his eyes. Hey, how long are you gonna are we back at the start of the game? Yep, we are. Okay. What happens if I ignore them? You quickly looked away and started backing away. The further you walked away, the clearer your vision became. Until everything settled down, you let out a sigh of relief when suddenly... Yo, what are you doing up here? What's wrong? Why do you look so freaked out? You take another look around you. The strange person who was lying on the ground is now nowhere to be seen. Wait a second, you're the new transfer student, aren't you? Pachi, right? You give Hassan a puzzling look. Surprised I knew your name, huh? Don't worry, dude. I'm not like a stalker or anything. I'm just part of an organization that knows the position of every girl at the school at every second. I'm simply a milker. Milker? Seriously? You never heard of milkers, Pachi? Didn't you have them in your old school? No worries. I'll tell you everything you need to know. But not right now. I'm kind of meeting my first ever client here. It's very hush-hush too, so I would appreciate if you leave before they show up, haha. Let's meet here same time tomorrow, okay? Don't worry, I'll explain everything then, gahaha. Hassan let out another laugh as he kept urging you to leave. Before you knew it, you were back in the hallway. With that weird encounter at the back of your mind, you head towards the cafeteria. After that weird encounter, you finally arrive at your destination. It's time to stand in line and buy lunch for you and morale. However, no matter where you look, the cafeteria is completely empty. Not a single student around. This makes no sense. Even though you did show up late to avoid a crowd, it's still lunchtime. The school cafeteria should not be empty right now. You keep looking around in confusion when someone suddenly appears in front of you. It's you! Oh god, it's really you, Pachi. Hello. Cici suddenly jumped on you and gave you a tight hug. How did you get here? I'm super happy to see you again, but I don't understand. How are you here? You're in complete control. You're you! No, I'm not. Cici stares at you in confusion. Her expression displayed both happiness and fear. It seems she's hoping you'll be able to answer her questions and put her mind at ease. Talia, however, was confused, if not more confused than she. She simply take a step back and explain everything that happened to you so far. Really? So you just found yourself at the front gate of the school? Just like that? You nod your head. What about before that? How did you get here? How did you find this? Before Cici could even finish her words, a loud voice interrupted your conversation. Good, you're both here. I finalized your registration, Pachi. Congratulations, you're officially a candidate now. Candidate? Don't worry, I'll explain everything soon enough. But first, let's get the other candidates in here. Mouse spoke as she snapped her fingers. 6 other people suddenly showed up in this cafeteria. Oh no, not again. What the hell is happening? Oh, you're not controlling an android of a little girl this time? Yo, dudes, how did I teleport to the cafeteria? Did I finally awaken my superpowers? This must be a part of the test. Wow, that was so cool. I felt like I was floating in space for a moment there. Teleport me, teleport me again. Teleport? Which Jack is this? Okay, enough delays, let's begin. First, let me congratulate you all on surviving the first trial of the game. The first trial? Yes, every person in this school was a potential candidate. I say was because except for you 8, the rest have been killed off. What? The school was set specifically for this trial. You were all transferred here and your memories were manipulated. Those with a weak will, with a pitiful presence. The observers of this world simply accepted their new reality and went on with their lives. They attended classes, stood in line at the cafeteria, and enjoyed a carefree high school life. Not once stopping and wondering how they even got here in the first place. Pitiful NPCs. However, you 8 were different. You sought for this fake existence. You refused to look away and accept this sweet lie. You questioned your reality. And for that, you're still alive. However, the game has just begun, and your continued survival is not yet assured. After all, only one of you 8 will leave this place alive. Why the hell are you doing this? You're playing a pretty sick game, little girl. Who do you work for? You two are asking the wrong questions. Or rather, you're asking them at the wrong time. Hi, you're so right, Orange Daughter. They should be asking you about the second trial. The second trial. I guess since she called this high school experiment the first trial, then that could only mean there's going to be more. Correct, Carmen. The second trial is the real main event. It's the real reason you're all here. In order to pick the winner among you, you 8 will be playing a certain game. The game has many names, many different iterations. I call it Among Us. However, the most common name for it is the werewolf game. Not again! The fucking social deduction game? Is this some sort of joke? You want us to play a children's game? I wouldn't take it lightly if I were you, Jack. The second trial might be based on the werewolf game, but the consequences are very real. You won't be role-playing around, you'll become the rules you're given. Roles? Standing among you right now is a real killer. He/she will target and seek your death without any hesitation. Your only chance of survival is exposing the killer and voting them off at the end of the day. Standard werewolf rules. However, in addition to the killer and innocent rule, there are 3 additional special rules. First, the guardian angel rule. The person with the guardian angel rule will be able to choose and protect one other person each night. If the guardian angel chooses to protect the person the killer targets, then congratulations. You have managed to prevent the killer from claiming their victim. Okay, but you can't protect yourself, right? We found that out in the other game. The second rule is the vigilante rule. The person with the vigilante role is able to target and kill one person each night. However, targeting and killing anyone who is not the killer will result in the vigilante killing themselves. It's not clear whether or not the guardian angel could protect someone from the vigilante, by the way. That's not clear from these rules. A pretty fair trade-off if you ask me. Finally, the third and last rule is the detective rule. The person with the detective rule is able to investigate one person each night to determine if they are the killer or not. This rule did not do anything in the last game. However, convincing others about your findings without exposing your role to the killer is a whole other matter. As you can see, each role has its advantages and disadvantages, ensuring a fair trial. Now, to end this explanation, I would like to remind the killer that targeting someone during the daytime is completely forbidden. Breaking this rule, or any other rule for that matter, will result in the offender being immediately killed. Every single one of you is implanted with a small chip in your brain. The chip is completely attached to your optic nerve and is able to witness anything you see. Upon the discovery of any rule infringement, the chip will automatically release a powerful electric surge to your nerve, destroying your brain and immediately killing you. Okay. You planted something in her brain? As long as you don't break the rules, you have nothing to worry about. Now, unless you have other questions about the game, I'll be seeing you at sunset. Meralyn walked past you and walked towards the exit. You all kept following her with your gaze when suddenly she stopped and turned around. She was looking back at all of you, but you could swear she was looking straight into your eyes. Welcome back to the Null game. Is this the opening? Are we getting an opening? Holy shit. Oh. Okay, I don't really see how this is related to the game, but what the fuck is that? Is this like Discovery Channel footage? The story returns. A brand new adventure. Expanded like never before. Null. 2, right? 2! Oh, there it is. Holy fuck, created by Fuzi. Man, I'm excited for this game. The production value's gonna up.
Or freedom. What would you choose?
You even got a girl to do voice acting? That's crazy. You lift your head to the mighty blue sky while trying to process what just happened. Then suddenly a voice brings you back to reality. Hey, are you okay? Look back at Cece and nod your head. The Null game is happening again, huh? By the look of it, this one is even more messed up than the last. Not only is the game's host different this time around, but so are the participants. At least some of them. The setting is different too. Why Sandy High School out of all places? Why Morale? Why her? Why a version of his daughter? Sorry, Pachi. I don't mean to confuse you. After all, Cece suddenly approached you and held your hand. You have no idea how happy I am to see you again. I mean, I've been with you for the other games, right? I don't know how you haven't been noticing me, but you have no idea how much I waited for this. Pachi, we're finally together again. Cece leans forward as she held tighter to your hands when... This is Remember 11 OST. Wait a second. Remember 11 OST? Wait, has a writer of this played Remember 11? Wait a second. Or is this Ever 17 actually? No, I'm pretty sure this is Remember 11. Okay, wait, this is really loud though. Still real loud. Yeah, what's happening here, man? This song is so good. Very shameless, very shameless. Cece, let go of your hand and face Zero. What do you want, Rito? Man, I'm getting Remember 11 flashbacks right now. Don't be like that, Cece-chan. There's nothing wrong with forming alliances. It's the only way to survive this game, right? And what better way to cement an alliance than a pretty heated kiss, huh? That's not what we're doing. Lower it a bit more. Haha, sure, Cece-chan. I'll get off your hair. I didn't mean to cog block you or anything, haha. Can you say cog block from the other way, like to a girl? Does that make sense? Haha, have fun, wink wink. Zero then waved her hand and left. Watch her leave until she left your sight. Damn, Zero, she's no less a freak as a participant. But she's right about something, Pachi. The Null game is officially started. Alliances are bound to be formed, and sooner or later this game will spiral into fucking madness again. We need to escape early this time. Trust me, Pachi. This is the only way to truly survive this game. You look back at Cece and nod your head. First, we should start by searching the place. Last time I just dragged you along with me from one place to another. Now I wanted to ask for your input. So how about you lead the search this time around? Where do you think we should go? Roof again. Oh wait, I should have saved. Can I go back? I can't. Okay, oops. The rooftops, you think we'll find something there? Alright, let's head out. With Cece by your side, you two start heading to the school's rooftop. As you walk through the hallways, you notice how empty the school suddenly became. The hundreds of students who once roamed the halls are nowhere to be seen. After climbing the stairs, you two finally arrive to the roof. But it seems someone is already here. Yo, it isn't Pachi and Cece. Who is it then? Are you guys teaming up or something? What are you doing up here, Hassan? This is where I do business, dear Cecilia. If you must know, this is a temporary HQ of the Milkers. The Milkers? Not you too, Cecilia. Doesn't anyone remember the Milkers anymore? They were the stuff of legends. A group able to procure any kind of intel. They were active in pretty much every high school in the capital and specialized in obtaining intimate information. Hell, they're the reason half of those high school losers even managed to get a girlfriend. They're literally the coolest shit ever, and I'm bringing them back. I founded an information network across the school, and we're already getting requests from romantically inept losers, clients. It's only a matter of time before the word milker is on the tongue of every student in the school. I'll create a milker group that will never fade. Hassan spoke while punching his fist in the air. Hey, dumbass. You do know this school is no longer. Except for the 8 of us, the others were killed and disposed of. How will you run your creepy business with no one around? Why can't you, like, run away into the city? Gah, you're thinking short term there, Cecilia. Once I win this game show, my face will be plastered all over the TV. Business will be flooding through my door like crazy. Gahahaha. Sigh, this dumbass didn't change one bit. By the way, Pachi, my offer from when we first met still stands. This is because we're competing on opposite sides during this game show doesn't mean we can't be business partners later on. I see potential in you, Pachi. You only showed up to this school today, and you already got Cece here giving you the googly eyes, ha ha ha. You're the making of an amazing milker, and with my guidance, you can have bitches left and right dropping on their knees for you, ha ha ha. Don't call them bitches, bro. Let's not continue laughing out loud while tapping your shoulder. Well, aren't you two getting all buddy-buddy? I think this is a new Cece sprite. I didn't know you were interested in getting bitches, Pachi. That's a funny line. Cece displayed an angry expression on her face as you two left the sound behind and went back downstairs. You two spent the next few hours investigating the different classrooms of the school, but much like every other room in the place, it was completely abandoned. All of those students who once roamed the hall were completely gone, almost like they never existed in the first place. Look through the window. The mighty blue sky suddenly turned orange, signaling the end of the day. It's already sunset. This is, Am I crazy, or is this not like the Doki Literature Club classroom background? Cece suddenly holds your hands as you two stare the window. We stare the window. It's okay. You did your best. We did our best. Okay, last time you didn't tell us that you were the guardian angel for some reason. Can you tell me if you're a special role right now, Cece? Whatever's gonna happen now, we'll face it together, okay? Just you and me, like always. Cece tightens her grip on your hand. Behind that beautiful smile of hers, you can sense fear. You can sense an immense fear that will shatter the very fabric of reality if it ever comes out. But it's not a fear for her life. It's not a fear of death, of the unknown. It's a fear for you, for your existence, for your future together. You hold tighter to Cece's hand as a strange feeling suddenly shocks your senses. The next time you open your eyes, you find yourself standing in the cafeteria, but you're not alone. Cece and the rest of your companions are all there, but most of all, she is here too. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, Morale. I don't know what stage trick you guys are using for this teleport thing, but it's making me really nauseous. Can I talk with one of the executive producers about it? I can't have the cuties at home seeing me puke on live TV. Morale stayed at Hassan for a few seconds before she rolled her eyes and faced the rest of you. Now that you're all here, allow me to explain the voting process. Standing among you right now is a killer who presumably knows that they're the killer, right? Starting tonight, the killer will claim a victim with each passing night. The voting process is your main way of finding and eliminating the killer. The process is simple. You simply discuss the situation among each other and then vote. Okay, I have a question. Who are we right now? Because Jack is one of the participants. I don't know which Jack it is. My guess would be the Jack that ascended and became close slack. But if Jack is here, then we're not Jack, right? Because if we look like Jack, wouldn't the other characters be like, wait a second, why do you two look exactly alike? Right? Each one of you gets to vote, and the person with the highest number of votes gets eliminated. Any questions? By eliminated, you mean killed, right? Whoever gets the highest number of votes will be killed. Affirmative. This is insane. You really expect us to send someone to their death? You can always choose to vote on no one. However, that would only benefit the killer, of course. No, it wouldn't. It's better to kill no one than to kill an innocent. We don't care. We're not going to play your sick game. We're not going to kill anyone. What do you mean by we? Not Nazi-chan? You really gotta stop calling her that. Don't go around forcing your own opinion on the rest of us. That's not cute at all. What? I agree with the blonde woman. Not making a choice is a choice in itself. If this killer truly exists, then doing nothing will send one of us to a certain demise. You're going to bank on the 1 in 8 that you get it correct? What about the special rules? Cece, you barely spoke a word until now, suddenly interjected. It seems the rest of your companions are also surprised by this. What about them? What if the people with the special rules step up right now? That will narrow down the list of suspects. Great idea, Cece-chan. There are 8 of us here. If we eliminate the people who will play special roles, then only 5 people remain. Even if you vote randomly, there will still be a 20% chance of voting for the killer. Okay, but last time, the people with the special role only knew that they had a special role at the end of the first day. So they wouldn't know at this point. That's like pretty high, right? I agree as well. Oh yeah, Carmen's here. Is this 40-year-old Carmen? Because she has short hair? Any kind of advantage we could get will be very helpful. The people with the special role should step up. Carmen spoke as she faced the rest of her companions. Seconds passed and minutes, but no one stepped forward. Come on, guys, we can't have dead air. This will totally fuck up the ratings. A few more minutes passed, but once again, no one stepped up. Sigh, enough. This is a waste of time. Don't be so hasty, Moraltron. This is super duper important to us, so just wait a bit, okay? We can wait all night and nothing will change. Because the special roles haven't been assigned just yet. Yeah, that's what I said. Huh? Unlike the killer role, the special roles are only assigned during the first night. That's when you start using them after all. So at this moment, none of you has a special role yet. I see. You should know this. Don't you remember doing this in the last game? So, Shishichon's plan was a no-go from the start. Well, it was still worth a shot, so don't beat yourself too much, Shishichon. You're trying to bait the killer, huh, Cecilia? Huh? Bait the killer? But they claim that the people with special roles will narrow down the suspect list. She was basically saying that whoever steps forward will be seen as 100% innocent. She's hoping that would tempt the killer to falsely claim that they had a special role. And since the roles haven't been assigned yet, that would immediately expose them as a fraud and end the game. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. But I don't think the killer would do that. Because even if the killer doesn't know that the roles are assigned at the end of the first day, it's still extremely risky to claim a special role, when you aren't. Because at that point, if you claim that you're the... Like, let's say you claim that you're the detective, then the real detective knows 100% that you are a werewolf, that you're the killer. So then the detective has a choice. They can either reveal they're the detective, and if they do that, then you're 100% lost. Because all the rest of the survivors have to do is just vote one of the two people claiming the detective out, and then vote the other one out. And they win 100% of the time, because they win in 2 days every time. That's like the optimal play usually, but this is a bit different because this is a real killing game. So presumably the detective would be, like the real detective would be more hesitant to reveal themselves if someone falsely claimed this detective. Because like, they would think, wait a second, so this person claims they were the detective, I know they're lying, because I'm the detective, so they're the killer, but I can't say that, because if I say that, then there's a 50, like, there's very likely chances that I die, because the town might vote me out because they think I'm the detective that's lying, or maybe the killers are going to kill me because they're scared that I'm the detective and I'm going to reveal who they are, even though that doesn't matter already because the town will already know who they are. But like, considering that people actually die in that game, that means the strategy changes. Like, because usually in werewolf games, like, let's say you're a survivor and you die, and then later in the game the town wins. That counts as a win for you in these sorts of games usually. But in this game it's different because the number one most important thing is to not die, which like changes the way you play the game a bit. So for that reason, I don't think the killer would reveal themselves because it's just way too risky. Like, they probably almost certainly just lose if they claim a fake role. Okay, anyway, I think the roles haven't been assigned yet. That would immediately expose them as a fraud and end the game. I like the plan though. I mean, it probably wouldn't work, but there's no harm in trying. Plus, it makes you seem more trustworthy to have come up with a plan like that, because it's unlikely that a killer would like think far enough ahead to come up with a plan that makes sense from a survivor's point of view. It's not impossible, but it just makes you seem more trustworthy. So I like where Cece's head is at. A very impressive strategy. However, it seems the killer is smarter than what you gave them credit for, Cecilia. Or perhaps you're the killer and this whole thing was just a diversion to make the others trust you. Perhaps I'm playing right into your hand. I mean, you would know, right? You know who the killer is. I have no idea what just happened. This is just too confusing for the average viewer. Shut up. Let's just get to the voting part already. That's where the ratings are. For once, I agree with the delusional creep. Discussion time is over. When you hear your name, please step forward and announce your vote. When all declared as she started calling out names. The first to go was Naz. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to take someone's life like it's nothing. I'm voting no one. So to yourself, you're up next, Rita. Mouse spoke as she pointed at Hassan. As she pointed at Hassan. I can't fucking speak today. My moment to sign, Gaha. I, Hassan, the true definition of a Sigma male and the future winner of this game show, will vote for you, Naz. With exaggerated movements, Hassan pointed at Naz. What? Me? Of course. Ever since the start, you've been doing nothing but trying to push us not to vote for anyone. And who would benefit more from that than the killer? Gaha, you're so stupid. So my vote goes for you, Naz. No hard feelings though, I just want to win the game show, Gaha. You have absolutely no reason to kill someone right now. Killing someone right now, like randomly, is just objectively wrong. Like, it's just so stupid. You're a damn lunatic. Gaha. The voting continued after that. Seeing no clear suspect, Carmen chose to vote for no one. Meanwhile, Zero let out a giggle and declared she would follow Hassan's lead and vote for Naz. Jack also voted for Naz. Sissy, on the other hand, let out a sigh and voted for no one. There's only you and Kay left now. Alright, it's your turn now, Kay. Who will you be voting for? What happens if there's a tie? Myself. Kay declared with a hushed, low voice. Are you gonna go on your fucking spiel again? What? I'll vote for myself. The whole room started Kay with baffled expression all over their faces. Wait, I'm sorry. Has Kay been here the whole time? I forgot she was here. Was she there at the beginning? Or did she just show up or something? No, she was there from the beginning. She just hasn't said anything. Are you insane? Fine, whatever. Ross suddenly moved her gaze and faced you. You're up last, Pachi. Declare your vote and let's end this for today. Everyone's gaze suddenly turned to you. It seems they all understood the current situation, even Hassan. With Naz getting 3 votes and no one getting 3 votes, your vote will seal the deal. Your vote will determine everything. You close your eyes and take a deep breath. Cece was right. The situation did spiral into insanity pretty quickly. There haven't been any murders yet, but someone is already on the chopping block. Whether you believe Naz is the killer or not is completely up to you. You get to choose, you get to vote. So who would it be? What happens if there's a tie? I'm curious. Vote on yourself. Lift your arm in the air and then point at yourself. What? You're voting for yourself? You nod your head. Kay's eyes suddenly sparked as she stood facing you, refusing to look away. You can also see her eyes slightly twitching. Are you like me? Were you also refused the gift of death? No, I'm just bored. Kay stands there. Or not, I'm not bored, I just want to see what happens if there's a tie. Kay stands there waiting your answer, but you have no idea what she's talking about. Alright, wrap it up, Suicide Squad. Good one. You can have your little club meeting somewhere else. We're moving on. This group is not short on lunatics. Oh, pretty ironic coming from the lunatic who kidnapped us here. You're the biggest psycho of them all. Lunatic, huh? That's fine. If I have to become a lunatic to achieve my dream, then so be it. I'll sacrifice anything. I'll sacrifice anyone. I'll sacrifice the whole universe if I have to. Okay, Butterfly, calm down. What happens to the vote? The whole room tensed up for a bit before Morale let out a sigh and declared the end of the vote. Okay, seems the result is pretty clear. No one will be voted off tonight. Okay. The looks of relief appeared on the faces of some of your companions while others looked completely annoyed. Morale let out another long sigh before continuing to talk. Now, let's go over nighttime rules. Every single one of you has been allocated a room in the school dorms. Leaving your room during nighttime is strictly forbidden and will result in immediate deletion. This, of course, excludes the killer. As a killer, you're free to roam around the school and target 1 victim per night. Participants with special roles are also technically allowed to leave their rooms during the night. However, the whole process is fully automated and you won't be conscious during it. Your mind will continue to sleep while your body will accomplish a special role. Okay. Think of it like sleepwalking if you want. That's pretty freaky. If there are no questions, I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. Mal gave you all one last look before she snapped her fingers and suddenly disappeared. The room fell silent once again, but then someone suddenly approached you. Hey, Naz looked at you with a smile on her face. I want you to know that I have no doubts you'll make the right choice, Pachi. Beneath those hollow, empty eyes lies a genuine person. Hollow eyes again? A kind person. I realized that the moment I laid eyes on you. I won't forget this, Pachi. I promise. Naz approached you and gave you a tight hug. Well, calm down. Cece's gonna get mad. See you in the morning. Nazanin waved her hand and left while avoiding to look at the 3 people who tried to vote her out. You're quite the ladies' man, Pachi. Let's hope your little decision doesn't come back and bite you in the ass later on. Heh. Ciao. Zero raffled your hair and skipped out of the cafeteria. Oh, Pachi, you might be the MVP today, but it's not over just yet. I will not let you upstage me in the popularity polls, nor will I let you snatch the victory. I'll be the one to win the game show, you just wait. Hassan rolled his eyes and left. That degenerate is a cancer in society. Cece looked at Hassan in disgust before facing you. Anyway, the first day is over. Didn't you spend like multiple years as acting as his TV? Like, you're not one to talk. We did what we could for now. Let's head out. A few minutes later, you were looking through the window. Then a Vega and Alter greeted your eyes. Oh, just like with Carmen. The three stars of the summer triangle. Your mind rushes back to the events in the cafeteria. Thanks to you, no one got voted out today. However, that means the killer still runs free. And tonight they'll be able to target their first victim. A victim that can easily be you. Pachi? Why are we in the apartment? Are you okay? You nod your head. You regret your decision? You think you should have voted for Naz? You shake your head no. Good. Never regret your choices, Pachi. Please suddenly approach the window next to you unless they're used to this guy. I mean, sometimes regret your choices, not... Choices make who we are. One choice leads to another, and by the time you realize it, you have made so many choices. You have branched so many times that your point of origin looks no different than a distant star in the night sky. But that's the beauty of choices, Pachi. It's freedom. Endless, pure, and unshackled freedom. They lied to us. Happiness is not possible. It never was. It doesn't matter what you achieve. It doesn't matter what you get. You'll always want more. You'll always desire something out of your reach. You will always struggle. You will never be happy. Never. But that's okay. Because freedom is different. Freedom is attainable. You might not control your point of origin or the end. You might not control how you were born or how you die. But everything in between can be yours. Every choice can be yours to make. This is what truly matters, Pachi. I don't agree with what you're saying. I'm not gonna get too into it, but I don't agree. Let's just say that. This is what truly matters to me, to you, and to us. Cici suddenly approached you until only a few feet separated you. The killer will make the choice tonight, but that won't matter. Whatever happens tonight will happen. Do you understand, Pachi? Not even death will separate us anymore. Cici leaned over and kissed you on the cheeks. She then waved her hand and walked into her room. You stood in the hallway for a few seconds before walking inside your room. Are we a special role? A dark, creepy bedroom greets your eyes. You look around you and nothing feels out of place, but every fiber in your being is screaming for you to get out. To run away and get as far away from this room as you possibly can. I think this is the same text that was in Null 1. However, you know the rules, and so do I. Leaving your rooms during nighttime will result in your immediate demise. You approach your bed and lie down, but then... What role are we? Detective, I see. A word suddenly flashes through your eyes. Detective. The detective special role. It seems that's the role you got. According to morale, you're able to choose one person each night and investigate them. Using the special role, you can determine if they are the killer or not. So the real question now is who? Who will we investigate? Okay, last time I was pretty good at guessing who the killer was based on vibes. There is a good chance that whoever we investigate here doesn't matter, because we just die. Because the first night in Null was the same. We're the detective. But it didn't matter what we did, because Assam just killed us on the first night anyway. Who do I think the killer is? San, Naz, K, Jack, CC, Zero, Carmen. Purely vibes wise, I think it's either Jack, Carmen, or Zero right now. Purely vibes wise. Jack, Carmen, or Zero. Think about it. It could be either of these three. Who voted for Naz? It was Jack, Zero, and Asana. So I guess I can eliminate Carmen. Because that would be... If Carmen is the killer, then that was really fucking stupid of her. Because she could have just voted for Naz for free and gotten the survivor out, like, for free. That was really stupid if she's a killer. So I'm gonna ignore Carmen. So it's between Jack and Zero. Could be Asan again, but that would be lame. Is it Jack or Zero? Hang on, I'm in my mind palace. Jack or Zero, Jack or Zero, Jack or Zero. Let's check 0. I think it's 0. Could be either of them, but we'll check 0, I think. You make your choice. Lie down back in bed. There's nothing else you can do but wait. Wait and hope. Hope that you'll wake up from your slumber and see the light of day. Hope that the killer won't target you in any existence tonight. Hope that this isn't the end. You empty your head of these thoughts and surrender your fate to the night. Like Cece said, whatever happens tonight will happen. Am I gonna get killed? Oh, I didn't. You open your eyes to be greeted by a bird standing outside your window. Seems you survived. You try to get up from your bed when? Innocent. Okay. Innocent. The word innocent suddenly flashes before your eyes. It seems your special role worked. You've got your answer. A sudden knock on the door startles you. You get up on your feet and approach the door. Good morning, Pachi. I'm so glad you're okay. Cece came closer and gave you a tight hug. Cece's smile suddenly disappears. You have a situation. You follow after Cece as you move through the hallway until you reach a certain dorm room. You can see some of your companions standing outside the room. The whole atmosphere was extremely tense. Cece gives you a side nod as you two walk inside. A bloody room greets your eyes. I hope it's not zero, or I really wasted my investigation. Quickly take a step back and look around. However, you can't see anyone in the room. Cece notices your confusion and speaks. The body is not here anymore. Miral snapped it away and gave us an autopsy report instead. The Monokuma file? However, we all had a good look at the body before she did. It's Jack. Jack is the victim. Huh. Because I guess he wasn't the killer either, so... Who is it then? I was between 0 and Jack. It's not Jack, it's not 0. It could have been it could be Carmen and she was just really stupid in the first vote. Or maybe this is a Giga Brain twist and it's actually Cece. Ooh. For some reason, you can't picture him as the victim. I already searched the room. There isn't anything interesting here. Let's head out. While trying your best not to step on the bloodstains, you leave the room. It's a mess. Part of me was hoping nothing would happen. The killer wouldn't strike. Or maybe the guardian angel would manage to protect the target. But sadly, the killer succeeded. The only clue we have is this autopsy report Miral gave us. It's not that detailed to be honest, but I'll give you a rundown. The victim is Jack, okay? Male, age 34. 34? So which Jack is this? Who's 34 years old? I have no idea. 184 centimeters, weight 85 kilograms. Cause of death, hypovolemic shock caused by severe blood loss. The victim was found with multiple wounds all over his body. 1 wound to the neck, 5 in the chest, and 12 in the abdominal region. Okay. The murder weapon is a sharp object, likely an axe. There were no signs of struggles. The report doesn't mention anything else. No fingerprints or DNA or anything that can directly point us to the killer. I assume Miral doesn't want us to know more than we should, so the number of inflicted wounds concerns me. What do you mean? Think about it, Pachi. There were no signs of struggle, which led me to believe that the victim was unconscious the whole time. If that's true, then one hit to the head or the neck should be enough to kill the victim. Yet the killer chose to repeatedly strike the victim 18 times in total. No matter how you think about it, this is very excessive. Why would the killer do that? What do you think, Pachi? The killer was angry. Oh wait, I shouldn't have saved over that. Oops. Angry? The excessive hits could be caused by anger or very strong negative emotion. This usually aligns with crimes of passion, but that also brings up a different problem. With the exception of you and me, none of the other participants should know each other. In a previous Null game, the participants were all picked from different timelines and their memories were manipulated. It was done to ensure a fair game. Could things be different in this game? I made sure to keep an eye on how the participants acted with each other, and so far I haven't noticed anything unusual. I mean, fucking Hassan was going to chop off her balls and choke us with it, right? That's what he said he would do. So I don't, and he didn't know us back then either. So I think maybe they're just crazy. They all seem to treat each other like complete strangers, which means the killer is either pretending not to know anyone, or they somehow found a strong reason to hate Jack in the one day they knew him. Both possibilities are equally terrifying, to be honest. Of course, there's also the possibility that your theory is wrong and the killer wasn't motivated by anger at all. There isn't enough proof right now to confirm or deny any of the deductions, to be honest. So this is going nowhere. When it comes to the killings, the killer has a massive advantage over us. It doesn't matter how much we investigate. Without surveillance footage, witnesses, or at least some kind of evidence, the killer will always be in the lead. Do you get where I'm going? Where I'm doing with this, Pachi? The special rules. Indeed, they are our best weapons against the killer. If the people with the special rules work together, then the killer won't have a chance. However, there will be a very difficult task to accomplish. No one knows what role the other person has. And with a killer hiding in our midst, the people with special roles won't risk exposing themselves. The fact that we're all strangers in this game doesn't help either. Still, if you want to survive this game and stop the killer, then making use of the special rules is your best shot. CC continues talking. You're suddenly reminded of your special roles. I wonder. Morale said she assigns the special roles at the end of the first day, or like during the first night. But let's say that in this timeline, Naz got a role. If we went back in time and killed Naz in the first voting by voting for her, would a different person get the role that Naz was supposed to have because the role got assigned after she was dead? Or can Morale give a role to a person who is already dead? I wonder. Cici continues talking. You're suddenly reminded of your special role, the detective role. You even used it yesterday. Should you tell Cici about it? She's been nothing but supportive and affectionate towards you since the very start. If there's someone you can trust in this group, it's her, right? But what if he's the killer? So should you tell her? You take a deep breath and decide to? Sure. I mean, if we die tomorrow, then we know she's the killer and can just go back and fucking vote for her, right? Okay, again, I had the same problem with the other Null game, but there's not enough fucking saves in this game. Your phrase CC and tell her you have the detective role. CC's expression suddenly changed. Why? Why did you tell me? CC's eyes widen and she looks at you in utter shock. You stare back at her in complete confusion as she grabs your arms and drags you away from the dorms. CC refused to explain her behavior. Instead, she would change the subject every time you brought it up and insist that you should continue searching the school. Unable to get any answers, you decide to do as she says. Are you the killer, CC? CC's face was completely expressionless the whole time, but a dark shadow covered her eyes. Something was really off. Before you knew it, it was sunset. It was time for the second round of voting. Your consciousness fades for a few seconds before you find yourself in the cafeteria. You've been teleported once again, and it's not just you. You look to your side just to spot Asani lying on the floor and vomiting all over the place. Yeah, you vomited all over my shoes. Asani wiped his shoes in phase 0. I'm sorry, this teleportation stage magic makes me nauseous. Stage magic? You know, I actually still think this is a game show. Carmen stares at the sound in confusion when... Welcome back, everyone, to the second round of voting. Morale! Please, you gotta stop this before more people get hurt. I don't know why you're doing this, but this is wrong. This whole game is goddamn sick. The game will keep going until either the killer or the innocent people win. If you want this game to end soon, then hurry up and achieve one of these two possibilities. How about you provide us with more clues then? The autopsy report you gave us is useless. I'm gonna make a prediction. I bet Naj will say nothing or almost nothing for this entire discussion, because the game has to account for her being either alive or dead right now, so... If you're asking me to take sides, then you're wasting your time, Cecilia. I'm only here to make sure the game runs as fairly and efficiently as possible. The rest is up to you. Miraltron is right. We can do this, guys. We got the special rules now, right? Let's try CC's strategy from yesterday. If the people with special roles identify themselves, then we can real 3 people just like that. We can avenge baby Jack. Everyone started looking at each other all of a sudden. Hold on a second. You do realize that exposing people with special roles will also expose them to the killer. Huh? Why are you suddenly opposed to your own ideas, CC-chan? Well, I get it. You have a special role, don't you? That's not what I... Oh, let me guess. You're the detective. No, you're the guardian angel. Stop harassing her, weirdo. You're only helping the kill by trying to expose her like this. Huh? What's that? Nashi-chan? Are you still angry I voted for you yesterday? That was totally not personal, you know. Okay, she is interacting with other people. Please don't, like, hate me or anything, okay? The discussion became even more ridiculous after that. But they were right. The special roles are a strong weapon against the killers. And you hold one of those special roles. Sadly, however, the person you investigated using your special role turned out to be innocent. So you have no idea who the killer is. I mean, I have an idea. Zero kept pushing the people with special roles to reveal themselves, but no one did. So the voting ultimately ended with no one being eliminated. Marielle let out a sigh and reminded everyone of nighttime rules before sending you to the dorms. Guardian Angel, can you please protect me tonight? That's pretty anticlimactic, huh? We didn't manage to vote out the killer, so they still run large. But at least no innocent person got eliminated during the vote, so I suppose that's a win. Are you okay, Pachi? You're not back to CC. I see. Please don't kill me. CC suddenly grabbed you closer and gave you a tight hug. Don't worry, Pachi. This isn't over just yet. The killer might be a step ahead of us, but that doesn't mean anything. We'll win this game together. We'll escape together. I promise. I won't let anyone hurt you. Even me. She gave you one last hug before walking into her room. Watch her leave before going inside your room, too. Yep. The same feeling as yesterday. You approach your bed and lie down. Today was a horrible day. Not only did the killer manage to claim a victim, but you failed to vote them out. Not only that, but you have no idea who the killer is. The one with the last adventure of mine. Your special role flashes before your eyes again. That's right, you can use your special role again. A second chance to find a killer. The question is, who will you investigate? Oh wait, I meant CC. After imparting your choice, you turn to your side and drift away to sleep. Am I alive? Protected! Ooh! You suddenly open your eyes. A female bird standing outside your window greets you. It seems you survived the night. Most likely thanks to the intervention of the person with the guardian angel role. That would explain why the word protected flashed before your eyes just now. You stand up on your feet when suddenly... Innocent. Okay, I don't know why you freaked out when we told you we were the detective then. The word innocent suddenly appears. It seems to be the result of the investigation you carried out last night. For the second time in a row, the person you investigated turned out not to be the killer. Okay, so it's Carmen then. You let out a deep sigh and approached the door. Oh. Thank God you're okay. What's going on? I don't know. The moment I heard the commotion, I came straight to check on you. I thought maybe the killer. No, it doesn't matter. You're unarmed. That's all I care about. You can hear a commotion coming from a few rooms down the hall. Come on, let's go check it out. Following CC, you approach the source of the noise until you arrive in front of a certain room. What are you doing out here, Kay? I was asked to give you this. Kay suddenly handed you a stack of papers. It seems to be very similar to the autopsy report you got yesterday. Sitting close by, you can spot both Carmen and Naz reading the report in shock. Something is really off. Let's just read it, okay? You're now back at CC as you start reading the report. There are two victims this time around, Hassan and Zero. Was Hassan the fucking vigilante and killed Zero? They were both found in Zero's room with a gunshot wound to their forehead. Yeah, okay, so Hassan is a fucking idiot and killed Zero, and then he killed himself. Cool. Cause of death, severe damage to the brain caused by the bullet wound. The two victims had no other wounds or injuries, and once again, there was no sign of struggle. The report adds a few more information, but nothing you can really use. Two victims instead of one. How can this be possible? I thought the killer was only allowed to target one person per night. Maybe the killer went berserk. Maybe they don't care about the rules anymore. Why? Why is this happening? Your face Naz and the rest of your companions there and say, it's the vigilante. The vigilante? You remind everyone of what Mal said about the vigilante role. How if they kill anyone who's not the killer, they would die alongside their innocent victim. The presence of two bodies can only be explained by that. Pachi is right. This isn't the work of the killer. This was simply an accident. The vigilante targeted the wrong person and was killed alongside his victim as punishment. I don't know if Zero or Hassan was the vigilante. It's Hassan, obviously, because they both died in Zero's room. But I don't think it matters either way. The truth is undeniable. Are you saying the killer didn't target anyone last night? Oh, you bet your ass they did. They were simply blocked by the guardian angel. Well, no. The killer could also have just, like, chosen to kill someone who was already dead, right? I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the order of operation is. Like, I'm not sure if the vigilante goes off before or after the killer. I would assume it's before. So maybe the killer just... I mean, I know that's not what happened because we got protected. But maybe you could assume that the killer just targeted either Hassan or Zero. A long silence suddenly filled the room as everyone kept staring at each other. It was clear to everyone that the game was reaching its final stage, the final showdown, the final battle between the werewolf and the village people. So only one question truly remained. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna leave this game alive? If Kay is the killer, aren't we like fucked? Because she can't die? Let's end here for today. Well, not for today, I'll keep recording, but for this episode, I mean. I'll say the same thing I said when I started Null 1, which is, I like the setup. I kind of like what it's doing, but I didn't like the way Null 1 developed, so I probably won't like how this game will develop too. But who knows? Maybe it'll be good this time. And I'm so annoying only having 5 save slots. But yeah, my intuition was off, I guess. I mean, not really, because I said Carmen as one of the 3 people I suspected at the beginning. Assuming it even is Carmen, it could be Kay. Was a bit off with that one. Why did Cece freak out when we told her we were the detective? I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it because of the fucking camera in her eyes? She's worried that the people watching the camera will not know that we are the detective? But wouldn't they already know that we're the detective because they can see from our camera? I don't know. Things to think about. Okay. See you next time.